I'm honored to introduce to you this young man sitting next to me right here. This is Azai, my son, 13 years old, an aspiring filmmaker, and you're about to watch his very first short film. Watch it, and if you dig it,
share it. Thank you.
Hey, how are you? No, really. How are you? I'm asking because I know a lot of people my age are dealing with serious challenges lately. In fact, within my generation, 1 out of 4 are diagnosed with depression. We have technologies at our fingertips that are supposed to make our life easier and more fun. But it seems like the opposite is happening. 53% of Gen Z report feelings of loneliness and failure to achieve life goals. Obviously, something isn't working. What the heck is happening to us?
12 different studies found depression correlated with time spent on social media.
U.S. Surgeon General now calling for the placement of health warning labels on all social media platforms.
And I'm concerned that social media is an important driver of that youth mental health crisis.
Fortnite rehabs are now opening in some parts of the country.
There's a new study out that's warning of the possible deadly consequences for teens using social media.
Half of teens who use their devices at least 5 hours a day have thought about or attempted suicide.
What kind of life do you want? What's your dream job? What will your future look like? Whatever your goals may be, unless you've cultivated good habits, morals, and virtues, chances are you'll never fully be satisfied. Today, we have so many digital distractions designed to demoralize us that we're becoming more and more desensitized to the things that truly matter. There's a book called The Top 5 Regrets of the Dying. The woman who wrote it spent years with people nearing the end of their lives, asking them one question: what is your biggest regret? The number one answer was, I wish I'd had the courage to live a life true to myself, not the life others expected of me. Oddly, not one person said, I wish I had spent more time scrolling through social media and playing video games. Those were my weaknesses, until I realized what they were costing me. Ironically, it was during the process of writing this script that I felt the full impact of the damage I was doing to myself by investing my valuable time, attention, and energy into mindless digital distractions. Every day, I would set a goal to focus on writing, but each time, I found some lame excuse to watch YouTube videos. Before I knew it, the day was over, and I had accomplished nothing. This addiction didn't just affect me mentally, it impacted me physically as well. Recently, I had baseball draft assessments. I went to the assessments without having touched a bat or ball in 6 months. Instead of going outside to practice and strengthen my skills, I spent my time mindlessly scrolling through YouTube. I was so disappointed with my performance that I decided not to play this year, considering that just last season, I was ranked number 1. I was devastated to see how much stamina I had lost from sitting so much. That's when I knew things had to change. One day, as I was struggling with the repercussions of my bad habits, my dad shared a metaphor with me. He said, imagine an untouched golden wheat field. Now imagine walking through that field to reach the other side. Within a few minutes, the trampled wheat would stand upright again. But if you walked that same path every day for a year, the wheat would eventually stop growing, creating a permanent trail. This is very similar to what happens in our brains. Every action we repeat carves neural pathways that can lead to serious addiction. The fact is, to some degree, we're all addicts. We're addicted to a drug called dopamine. Dopamine is a chemical produced in our brains every time we experience pleasure. It's what causes us to procrastinate by choosing what feels good over doing the hard work needed to create our dream lives. Here's another metaphor for my dad. Imagine a mountain. At the peak of this mountain is your ultimate aspiration, becoming a pro athlete, an elite gamer, a billionaire, or anything else you value deeply. Each step up represents the hard work, study, and practice required to get there. Along the way, there will be distractions that pull your attention, like video games or endless social media scrolling. But if you can get back on track and keep climbing, you'll make progress towards your goals. To succeed, align your actions with your dreams. If you want to become a doctor, should you spend hours gaming, or should you study biology and medicine? If you want to be wealthy, should you watch TV all day, or should you learn about entrepreneurship? every decision determines how fast and whether you reach the peak of the mountain. When you fall, get back up, find your path, and keep climbing. Stay true to yourself, never give up, and eventually, you'll get there. In just a few years, our generation will be leading this country. Each one of us has the power and potential to change the world. Never give up on yourself or your dreams. Your life has a purpose. Aim high, and don't stop until you reach the top. I'll see you there.